Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm Kevin with Robertson's Power and Sports. I can't believe we're almost halfway through the month of September already. It doesn't seem possible. This past summer just flew right by, but that can only mean one thing. Snowmobile season is not too far away. And for those of you that didn't check out our first Snowcheck update video, please be sure to do that. I'll put a link in the description below to that video so you can check that out. For those of you that followed along last year, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And for those of you that are new, last year we provided Snowcheck updates, what was going on with Polaris and Ski-Doo throughout the whole season, giving you updates as far as when to expect, if there was a delayed component or what's going on in the factories, when to expect snowmobiles. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. All I can do is relay the information that's given to me from the manufacturer. So we did it all last year, and we're going to continue to do it again this year as long as we need to. So be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, hit that alert bell. That way there you get notifications of when we have updates coming out. Things this time of year do get pretty crazy at the dealership, so I'm going to do my best to give you the information as soon as I have it. It may be delayed by a couple days, and again, I don't have a crystal ball. Some of the stuff, you know, I may tell you that I'm speculating on this, and if it is, I'll tell you right up front that I'm speculating it or anticipating something to come. So just to kind of give you a rundown of what to expect this year, and at the end of this video I'll go ahead and put all my contact information that you can reach out to me. Again, specifics on your particular sled, if you're not a Robertson's customer, I don't have access to that, and I won't get into that. I can only give you information as far as what the manufacturer gives me and anticipated dates that certain things are going to be released. But for specifics on your vehicle at another dealer other than Robertson's, you will have to reach out to them to get that information. So anyways, since our first video that I put out, I've had several people reach out to me asking specifically about what delayed components are, how this whole process works. We have to keep in mind that there's several new customers coming into the power sports industry every single year, and they may not understand or may not know the terminology that we're using, and us that have been in it for so long, we just think that everybody knows what we're talking about, right? So thank you for reaching out, those that did, and asking those questions, and it enables me to be able to give you some more content. So today we're going to talk about delayed components. We'll touch on a little bit what they are, and specifically I'm going to get into BRP stuff and timetables on delayed components for all of their brands. So first off, what is a delayed component? A delayed component is typically, not always, but typically an electronic component that the manufacturer doesn't have at the time that that machine is on the assembly line. So what happens is, instead of holding up the sled or whatever it is for a vehicle, they go ahead and they ship the machine without that component. It's way easier for them to, you know, get a machine on a truck out to us than to hold it. And keep in mind how many machines are missing components, that if they were to do that, if they held that machine and all the machines that were missing components until the components came in, now you're going to have a backlog with trucking, trying to get trucks underneath all these machines to be able to get them out to the dealership. So not all manufacturers are doing it this way, but I believe that, you know, it's easier to ship a box of parts than it is trying to get a bunch of machines out that have been just sitting around. Not all the components are there for them. So basically, like I said, any component that they can't put on the machine at the time of assembly because they don't have it is considered a delayed component. Now, most manufacturers, the ones that we're dealing with, specifically Polaris and Ski-Doo, you know, they're making it so, you know, if this component is missing, typically they try to make it so, you know, we're not spending more than, you know, roughly 2.5 hours on these machines to be able to complete them when they get here, in addition to the regular assembly process and PDI, which is a pre-delivery inspection. So that is what a delayed component is, and that can range from anything, like I said, electronically, it could be, you know, some hard parts such as shocks. So that's what a delayed component is. And now how this whole process works is, the machine gets shipped to us. Once we get it here, then we'll know that it's going to be missing a component. Now, hopefully, in a perfect world, it's not missing anything. But as we know, last year we dealt with delayed components. We're going to deal with them again this year. And this is, you know, for BRP, this is across all of their lines, from on-road, off-road, watercraft, snowmobile. Everything basically has delayed components, with the exception of Sea-Doo Switch. As of right now, though, they are shipping the pontoon boats to us complete. So hopefully, you know, we'll get back to some sort of normalcy here before long. But in the time being, this is what we have to deal with. And, you know, I'm going to keep you in the loop as to what's going on. So again, they ship the machine to the dealership. We find out if it's missing components or not, and what components are missing. At that time, we then are going to wait for the component to come in to be able to complete your machine. Now, depending on what it is for a product that comes in, it has different speculated times before that delayed component will arrive to the dealership. So today is Sunday, September 11th. And I just got this communication earlier this week, and this is for BRP delayed components, and specifically estimated amount of time per product line, how long you can expect to wait before your delayed component shows up. So we're going to talk Can-Am off-road. For ATVs, you can expect the parts to show up to the dealership 30 to 45 days after your machine arrives. For side-by-side, 60 to 90 days. For Can-Am on-road, for Spyder and Ryker, it's currently 30 to 45 days, but delay will reduce in the coming weeks within 30 days. For Sea-Doo personal watercraft, currently the wait is 45 to 60 days, but delay will reduce in the coming weeks up to 30 to 45 days. And for Ski-Doo, currently they're running 60 to 90 days, but delay will reduce early October to 30 to 60 days. Now, before we get all excited about it, not every machine is going to be affected and have a delayed component. You know, in last year, delayed components, they considered them any component that the machine was missing that made the machine not be able to run. So whether it was a computer, trying to think of some of the other ones that weren't able to make the machine run, computer gauge clusters. Now, some components like a desk post or a programmable desk post or smart shock modules, air ride suspension shocks, you could still use the machine with those components in there, and they were going to send you the new components down the road. Now, I know many of you are still waiting on model year 2022 stuff, as we are too. They are planning on getting that stuff out. You know, as of right now, you know, we were originally supposed to have an update August 16th as to when to expect like the air suspension stuff to come in. And I know that as far as the programmable desk post, they were still having issues with microchips shortages last time that they communicated. As many of you know, there's been a cyber security attack within BRP, basically shut BRP down for 3 weeks. It's still not back up running 100%, but enough that we can at least still conduct some form of business right now. So I'm hoping that in the near future, we're going to get some sort of communication on when to expect delayed components that affected model year 2022 snowmobiles in particular, when we can expect to see those. And believe me, as soon as I get that information, I'm going to turn it right over to you guys, because I know many of you are waiting for that and a little bit frustrated. I get it. I understand it. We as dealers are frustrated too. We want to get these things over and done with. You know, we're going to have to deal with all the snowmobiles that we sold last year, plus these ones coming in this year. And it's just a hectic time of year. So hopefully all of that gets sorted out here before long. So that's basically how the delayed component deal works. Again, just for a quick summary, delayed component is going to be a component that isn't in the machine assembled with it at the factory. It gets to the dealer, it is now incomplete. The dealer is now going to have to wait for these components to come in. We talked about the timelines already, when to expect them. As of right now, that was as of the month of September. So moving into October, we should get another update, and I'll talk to you about that, what the shipping times have moved to. Again, this is for every product line that BRP sells. So just have patience. I know it's frustrating. We're all frustrated. We thought this year that would be in a much better position. I think we're getting better. We're not there yet, but Like I told you before, I'm going to continue to give you this information as it comes out. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me at 207-324-5502. You can email me at kevin@robertsonspower.com. And then you can also drop a comment below on our YouTube channel here, or reach out to us on Facebook at Robertson's Power and Sports. Or, like I said, if you have any questions, if you have any ideas that you would like me to talk about in depth, drop the comment below, and I'll do my best to get those out to you as quickly as I can. So thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that little alert bell, that way there you won't miss any of the Snowcheck updates that we have coming for this year. So until next time, take it easy.